Good morning, everybody. I'm Teresa Perrin, and this is my stock market watch list for Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. So far, the futures are just slightly green, so it's looking like we're off to a good start today. Chinese stocks are pumping, so keep an eye on those today. Guys, this year I think is going to be very volatile. So it's very difficult to say. Yesterday we started the day off green and we ended the day red. So we'll see what happens. Don't get married to any play and don't get married to any direction. Perhaps one of the best plays you could make would just to be to pick one or two stocks and trade options on them following the 1348 crossovers. If you're going to do that, then you need to pick things that have a lot of price action, such as the triple Qs, the SPY, Apple, Tesla, something like that. But guys, whatever you do, please do not get married to any stock right now. Unless you're building a position, of course, and you realize that the stock can have more downside before it goes up. Let's get started. If you could smash that like button for me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. All right, guys, GHSI has been on my radar for quite some time. Those of you that follow me know that I was looking for the break above 18. We got it, and then it dipped back under. So for most of you, that should have been a signal to sell. As I stated, it would need to hold 18 in order to see progress. However, if you are still in this play, tomorrow they are having a shareholders meeting to vote upon the reverse split, and I would expect that they initiate that rather quickly due to NASDAQ compliance. Guys, they have been holding this pretty much between this 14, 15 cent and 18 cent range for several months right now, with the exception of that small breakout area. Now, that being said, I believe that this is going to be a GoCo-like play. If you guys remember that play, when it did a reverse split, it had an initial pullback, but then it had massive moves to the upside. In fact, it went from $6 to 17 something. And I believe we're going to see something very similar in GHSI. It's been beat down for a very long time and held down. So please keep this on your radar regarding the reverse split tomorrow. I'm not sure if we're going to see movement today with potential shorts covering, knowing what's coming, or if we get it after the news breaks tomorrow on that meeting. But I thought I should bring it to your attention now. Jasper, JSPR. All right, guys, I did a video on this explaining, so I'm not going to repeat myself. However, this had a 400 and I don't know, 60 something percent upside, 65% give or take upside yesterday. And I do not believe this is done for many reasons. So go check out that video if you haven't already, but keep this on your watch list today. VRAX. All right, this one is up 10% in pre-market and oops, wrong stock. It's because they introduced a human papillomavirus test kit in the European Union. So keep an eye on VRAX today with news on that, and I expect to see a continuation of a move to the upside. Shift Technologies. All right, Shift is coming off its lows of 15 cents after its merger. God, I can't even think of the company's name. But anyways, it merged and with another used vehicle company platform. And I believe that now with their software, with money on the books, that Shift is going to start to make moves to the upside. So keep it on your radar. Accor, ACOR. All right, guys, this, as you well know, if you follow me, I believe is going to be a huge play. It just broke 75 in pre-market. I am looking for this next to get through 85 and then above $1 and to go on a huge run. So keep an eye on Accor. VVOS. They got FDA clearance for some DNA thing with sleep apnea. You can do some DD on that if you like. But anyways, it's a news catalyst that is sending VVOS running this morning. So keep an eye on that. AUVI. All right, guys, this has been a favorite of many retail traders for quite some time, but it has been beat down hard. It's a very low float stock and it's up 8.95% in pre-market, so I think it's ready for another run. I'm not sure if there's a catalyst coming or what, but keep an eye on AUVI. OBLG had a 1 for 15 reverse split overnight. It started running yesterday in after hours based on this news. So I'd keep it on your radar because the float now, I believe, is very low. And it's definitely worth watching with some of the moves that we've seen lately in these reverse split plays. INM Pharmaceuticals. This one was running yesterday as well, and it is up another 40% in pre-market today. So keep it on your radar. CLF, Cleveland Cliffs. All right, this is on here, guys, because technically I love it. It had a massive break to the upside yesterday. It pushed through 17, pulled back down. Seems to be creating a flag-like pattern here, or you could say a cup and handle, depending on how you want to look at this 1 week chart. At any rate, I do believe we're going to see another push to the upside today, and I have it on my watch list. Oops, repeat. Oh, did I say INM? I did. Apologies. All right, Tal. All right, not just Tal, guys, but I have a whole list of them. Tal, TME, Huya, IQ, Baba. You're going to see a couple of those other ones. But anyways, like I stated earlier in this video, Chinese stocks are on the run. Now, Tal specifically, I am watching because it still has that gap fill to $19.63 or something like that. Something in that $19 range. That I believe it's $19.63 off the top of my head. However, guys, it got a big pullback last week. You know, they've been playing games with these Chinese education stocks for couple of years now, actually, and that's what brought it down to begin with to these really low levels. At one time, the stock was trading at $80-$90 a share. I do believe we're going to get that gap fill, and we're going to get it sooner rather than later. And Tal is very much on my watch list. IQ. This is something that I've been following for quite some time now, as you're familiar if you watch this channel, because it had a lot of institutional buying. It had a very nice move to the upside yesterday, followed again by a nice move today, 6.29% in pre-market at time of screenshotting this. And guys, I believe we're going to see this just continue to move higher. Again, these Chinese names have been beat down so badly, they have a lot of room to run. Alibaba, guys, it is up like over $6 in pre-market this morning. It hit $98. It's having a little bit of a pullback now, but I wanted to show you the weekly chart so you could just see the massive move it's having and how it's creating a flag. And I believe this is only going to move higher in the days and weeks ahead. So keep Alibaba on your watch list, guys. This was over $300 a share at one time. It's been beat down, and I think it could have a huge run. If we get shorts to start to cover, you could see it move very, very quickly. So this is not one to ignore. VRAX, I believe I mentioned that. Did I not? Hold on, sorry. Yeah, I did. Apologies. Some of these might be dupes because I was up early. Jasper, I mentioned. Palantir. All right, guys. Palantir yesterday started making nice moves to the upside and got a pullback. And it was just with the rest of the market, it was pulled back down. I'm looking to see if the market stays green. I expect to see Palantir make some nice moves to the upside. Another name that's been beat down very hard, and I honestly believe that people just don't understand this stock, and I believe that this is an investment that if you get in early around these levels, you're going to make so much money. Again, I can't see the future, but these are my personal beliefs, and I really like Palantir. SMMT. All right, yesterday, I'm not sure if we got the close at $4.99 or $5 because my site said something different, my application. So I am confused with that. But at any rate, like I said yesterday, I believe we get a close above $5. And we did right until the end of the day, which we must have had some day traders or something selling off because it was rather strange. It was all the way up to 516 or something, making very nice, strong moves. And all of a sudden, it got that pullback. Guys, this is a stock that they really have been manipulating. There are huge moves to the upside and the downside almost every single day. SMMT, I would look, for this to make moves back to the upside and most certainly get through that $5. I don't normally give price targets, but if you look at the chart, you can see my reasons for giving them. So I will tell you that once we get through that all-time high, which off the top of my head, it's like it's over 550. I think it's like 560 or something, like 56. Maybe it's like 564 or something like that. It's somewhere in that range. You'd have to go look at it because I'm just giving you a ballpark off the top of my head. Once it gets through that, I would look for 750. And once it gets through that, then guys, we're looking at double digits for this play, and I think it could move fairly quickly if it gets volume into it. iBio. All right, they had news regarding a patent this morning, and I believe we saw, somebody always knows something. Remember that. Yesterday, we saw nice moves to the upside in iBio. We see them again in pre-market. Guys, this is one that's been beat down hard, had a reverse split, is back under $1, and it makes no sense. Like, the abuse that Wall Street puts on these biotech companies that are trying to solve cancer and other diseases is absolutely disgusting. And I would hate to know the amount of naked shorting that goes into the corruption that they pull on these names. It is beyond sad. But anyways, keep an eye on iBio because they were granted a patent today for a machine learning method for protein modeling to design engineered peptides. Guys, this could be absolutely huge. And as you can see, they were up 48.51% yesterday. So I firmly believe this came out yesterday at end of day. I think you're going to see a continuation of this move, and I really believe that iBio could be a banger in the future and is worth keeping your eye on, despite the pullbacks and challenges it's had. Please remember that these startup bio companies need money to do what they're doing and be successful at it. So an offering could eventually come along for iBio. I'm not saying it's going to, but guys, an offering, even though initially the market tends to react negatively, it's not a bad thing. It means that the company's getting money to build their product, and iBio has a very low float to begin with. So just giving you the heads up in case it comes along. But I like iBio for a long-term play, not just something short-term. But that's the nurse in me. Anyways, top gainers pre-market are 10x, TENX. Guys, I didn't see any move on this, so I'm not sure why this is warranted or whether it's a technical break or something's coming down. GERN, and I apologize, GERN 100% should have been on my watch list because they are having a meeting this morning, I think it's like via internet or something, where they're disclosing results of their clinical trial. And I believe that you're going to see GERN continue to make moves to the upside based on this. Today, it started on that announcement yesterday in pre-market. So GERN 100% should be on your radar. AMV. All right, AMV, guys. I looked for this as well. I don't see anything that's moving this. I know that there's a lot of talk about this being a pump and dump. I'm not familiar with the ticker and whether it is or isn't, but to move almost 50% on no news, like 10x moving 91% on no news, why? Is news coming? Do we just not know what it is yet? And like I said, somebody always knows something. Anyways, worth keeping your eye on. TWND. Guys, no clue why this is moving either. And we discussed INM. All right, let's look at the top losers. Our top losers are Vera, VERA. Guys, I'm guessing that, now I don't know for sure, I haven't looked it up, but I'm guessing the clinical trial did not go so well or something for Vera for it to drop over 58% in pre-market. That's a huge drop, and something had to happen like that. ENVX, LHDX, RSLS I believe is down off of its nice run it had yesterday on its reverse split. I think you're getting a big pullback now, or a little bit of manipulation going into it because I think the float now is very small. PHAT is the other. And the most active. Now, guys, most active is something to pay attention to because with volume brings price action, and it's very important. Without volume, you don't see movement. So keep an eye on HPE, HBAN, CANO, CANO, HBI, and PACX. And technical analysis top list. HBI, Elon, which is Elanco Animal Health, Alt. Alt is now, Nile has changed its name to Alt. And technically, guys, I have to be honest, this does look really good. I've been watching that chart. I'm not sure I want to trade this, but it potentially could have a big move. So I definitely think it's worth eyeing. S, which is Sentinel Inc., and Avantor, AVTR. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today.